Hello and welcome to Monday's programme.
Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. Weston-super-Mare's official summer season is to be extended for the first time as the town prepares for thousands more visitors over the coming months.
Well, tourism experts say the hot weather, new businesses and the rise of the staycation has led to a tremendous summer across our region, and Weston is responding. It's now opening its visitor information centre until October to cope with the demand.
Well, in a moment we'll be going live to a campsite near Watchet, but first Max Walsh has this report from Weston. Well, as we heard in Max's report there, thousands of people have spent some of the last few nights under camp.
Had a bit of a mixed bag weather-wise, haven't we, this bank holiday weekend? Has it dampened the spirits there at that campsite? Next this evening, a young woman in Somerset whose mother died suddenly when she was just 12 is trying to break down the taboo of talking about bereavement.
Zoe Long says that she wishes she had been able to talk more about it at the time. She's enlisted the help of Fixers. It's the campaign that gives young people a voice to make her point.
Very long with that report there, and to see more about Zoe's story and Fixers, or to find help on this issue, just visit www.fixers.org.uk. Now to the story of a 5-month-old puppy which was so badly abused that it had to have one of its legs amputated. The Staffordshire Bull Terrier was taken to a vet in Stroud after the injuries were discovered. His former owner has been prosecuted. Well, the dog, called Buddy, was lucky to survive, but thanks to the skill of the veterinary staff, he has a much happier future. Sangeeta Lal has the story. Oh, what a lovely story.
Yeah, nicely told as well. Yeah, Buddy, glad to see you doing well. And there's still plenty more to come on this bank holiday programme before 6:30. And the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. Charlene White has the details. Now, as we know, it's that time of year again when families have to start thinking about getting the kids back to school. The autumn term starts next week, would you believe, for children across Bristol, Gloucestershire, Wiltshire and Somerset. That often means forking out for new shoes and school uniforms. Add to that the other spending pressures at the moment, and many are resorting to credit cards or even grandparents to help foot those bills, as Wesley Smith now reports. We're doing that this week, and it is proving pretty expensive as well. Now, over the summer, hundreds of thousands of people have been following the Bristol Grommet Trail. Intrepid hunters trying to locate all 67 statues have clocked up a massive 1.5 million miles among them. Well, there's now just 1 week to go to complete the trail, which is raising money for the Grand Appeal. Well, in a moment, we'll be finding out how popular the event has been. But first, our cameras have been out and about following some of those who are still on the hunt. So popular, haven't they? And joining us in the studio is the Deputy Director of the Grand Appeal, Anna Shepherd. We saw in Ellie Louise's report there, it's still so busy, isn't it? Queues for people to get their picture with them.
Found out that trail hunters have walked an equivalent of 1.5 million.
The worst things you could be doing for 80 years.
Well, absolutely, yeah. And so it is proving incredibly popular once again because it helps poorly children at the Bristol Hospital, doesn't it?
You know, the money that's raised will help us to continue the services that we run, from family support workers, music therapists, free family accommodation, through to state-of-the-art medical equipment.
And it's good, isn't it, that people are just having fun and not almost real cause as well.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, all charities have a real challenge about raising money in this day and age, and it is about finding something that people can just get out there, have fun, and not actually realise that they're raising money.
Environment for kids as well. But when the trail ends in a week's time, where are those sculptures?
It's Causeway, so all 67 sculptures will be in one place from the 15th to the 30th of September. Tickets are...
I'm sure you will raise many, many thousands of pounds. Anna, thank you very much for coming in, and best of luck with the last week of the trail as well.
Thank you.
Now, it may only be the August Bank Holiday Monday, but some people are already looking ahead to November, when bells will ring out across the country to mark the 100th anniversary of Armistice Day in 1980. Well, churches across our region are busy trying to recruit 1,400 new bell ringers, the same number that were killed during World War I. Well, the bell tower at Eddington in Wiltshire, for example, lost 6 of its bell ringers. Sarah Saunders has been to find out more about the campaign.
I've had a go at that. It's much harder than it looks, actually.
I bet it is
a skill.
Good technique.
Time for sport now, and in cricket, Somerset have made it through to the finals day of this year's T20 Blast competition. Well, meanwhile, in the Women's Super League, Western Storm were beaten by Surrey Stars in the semi-final a little earlier this afternoon. Storm won. Now Charlie has joined us. Time for the forecast. It's not just tourism.
Looking ahead back at the sort of heatwave we've had, Charlie, you've been looking at some of the stats over recent years, haven't you?
We have, yeah.
Charlie, thank you very much. Now, before we go, here's a quick reminder of the main headline here in the West Country this evening. Western Super.
And that is it from all of us on this evening's programme. No late news tonight because, of course, it is a bank holiday. Enjoy the rest of it. We are back again tomorrow.
And now I'll hand you to Charlene White as the ITV News continues. Have a lovely evening.
Bye-bye.